Really? You don't like it? You don't like that it's raining?
Dude, the rain just traumatizes me now. Ever since my house was
Oh,
destroyed in the Great Flood of
yeah.
2021
And 22 and
and
20.
23, that's right. It is a scary thing.
I
Water
just read an
falling is scary.
article that said the world's going to shit.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes, I think it starts with your show.
Oh man. Imagine getting bumped by someone in real life and then they get mad at you and want to fight you. Imagine you accidentally bump somebody.
I'd love that.
Is
I'd
this
love
a
to have that
segue?
story to tell. I know.
And then that person's like, "Excuse me, what do you watch? Why don't you watch where you're going?" And then you go, "Oh, okay, sorry." And then they go like,
What did you say?
"What did you say?" And you're like, "Oh,
I'm not a
great."
sorry. You think I'm a sorry?
You think I'm a garment? No, I don't. I don't. No, I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. What are you done with? What are you done having a conversation? Yeah. I
Well,
wanna
you didn't
go.
ask me how my day was? Somebody being rude?
This guy's inconsiderate. Oh man, there's
I
some
wish that
people out
was a
there that
segue.
they just want to pick a fight.
Well, you've seen there's a Reddit clip of there's this like genre of YouTube videos where just the prank videos are now just obnoxious people being obnoxious to people, and it's horrible. And it's
Yeah.
like you're like, I'd rather you just die. That's fine, just die.
Yep.
Like we won't. I'd just die.
Like
Please
the guy
die.
who got shot trying to do a prank.
Yeah, just dumb shit like that in public, trying to piss people off. One was posted on Reddit yesterday of some skinny little white boy.
Was it
starts
the guy?
call-
I
the
think,
big yeah.
the guy who
Some skinny-
said he was a boxer, but like could barely even fucking.
Well, yeah, he was this big like white dude, looked like Butterbean, and this guy just starts
Whoa,
calling him a
Butterbean.
woman.
Never heard about that guy in a minute.
Now you remember
yeah, he says
Butterbean.
like "excuse me, ma'am" or
Yeah, he
something
starts
like
saying
that.
ma'am. He starts calling this big guy a woman, and he's like, "What did you say to me?" And he gives him like a back and forth chance, and he's like, "I'm gonna punch you." And then he punches him, just cold clocks him, and breaks his glasses. And then the kid starts like
Squares
squaring
up.
up with him, and he's like doing this type of stuff. And then out of nowhere, the guy that's pissed off just goes, "Okay, this is actually kind of funny now." And then he goes, "This is good." And then they hug it out.
What the fuck?
They shake hands. The little kid like picks up his hat, and then they go their separate ways.
They
It was the
they both
craziest
compliment each other on their punches too. They're like, "You hit pretty good," and they're like,
That's
"You
right.
too."
He goes, can you teach, if this happens again to me, can you teach me like one punch that'll help me get
Yeah.
out of it? And the dude teaches him a punch.
What the fuck, man? And it's real?
Yeah.
I don't. That I
Or-
don't.
Who
That
knows?
part's debatable.
It's
Who
so
knows?
hard now.
I mean, the dude cold clocked him, broke his
He
glasses.
did. He did punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, those YouTubers, that fair, they don't need our
You guys ever see this?
commentary.
Dude, I just saw a video of like the size
You guys
of
ever
a bald
seen that?
eagle, and it was like nuts. What we're looking at now is a hawk, I think, that is carrying an entire deer through
Just
the air.
flying out there.
That was a hummingbird.
Oh,
That's a hummingbird carrying a praying mantis.
It's kind of like what what if the question is, what adorable-ish, non-threatening animal would be totally frightening if they started working together to take you out?
I thought you were gonna
No.
say what cute animal like would be more ferocious if it was like twice its size.
Oh, yeah. I've been
that's
there.
classic. Yeah.
But imagine like 500 hummingbirds working together to take you out,
And
pick
they're
you
all-
up, just drop you
Yeah.
from 10,000 feet.
They're all like swarming around in the shape of like a big like evil face.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then they-
essentially
and then
they're
they-
just drones.
Dude,
They
imagine that
become like a
sound.
big flip off hand and then they fly in.
One just flies into your mouth, comes out your asshole.
That sound would be the sound. It would probably sound like a high pitched
Dude, it'd be
chainsaw.
so loud. It'd be
Yeah.
so loud.
frightening.
500? 500 of... I'm trying to think of anything 500 that would be not scary. Like, even 500 ants. What would that look like? That's got to
You've
be
seen
still
it.
a lot of ants.
Yeah,
You
you're
think
like,
you've
I don't wanna
seen
step
500
right there.
ants
You've
all at
seen it.
once?
I don't know. Have I?
Have you stepped on an ant pile?
Is that 500?
Oh,
Do we
yeah,
have proof?
Oh, that's horrible
Let's
right
take a
now. I don't. 500 ants, 500 ants, 500 ants.
500 ants, 500 ants.
Now they're crawling, now they're going up
and they
north.
come in ants, and they come in ants, and then 500 of the baby ants.
500 ants. Oh, man.
Hummingbirds are crazy because those are the ones that, like, if they stop, they, like, die or something.
Is that a myth? I think that's a myth.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty
You
sure.
sure about that?
They explode.
Find out.
They
explode.
If they go under 55 miles an hour, they explode.
They go back in time and then they explode.
Whoa. It says hummingbirds do not necessarily die when they stop flying, but
Gone.
their ability to fly is critical to their survival.
So they
Hummingbirds
just,
have a
okay.
very high metabolism and require a steady supply of nectar or insects to fuel their flight and maintain their body temperature. Oh, so it's like because their wings are moving at such a high
It keeps
speed,
them.
they have to. Their
their body
metabolism is like crazy.
Okay. So to
You know
an
what they would
extent,
do? They would do what the bees do when like an attacker gets into the nest. They would hummingbird ball you and then just vigorously flap their wings and cook you to death.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just yeah.
That's sick.
That's crazy. Why does it feel like we just learned that about bees like 2 years ago at the most?
I
Do you
don't
guys
know.
feel like you knew that fact more than 2 years ago?
They definitely don't teach it to you as a kid. They kind
That-
of keep it.
you find out about it later.
Yeah,
That
keep it
bees can
PG.
vibrate you and cook you from their
Yeah.
vibrations.
Vibrate you to hell.
They
Yeah.
vibrate you to hell. Yeah. My favorite AC/DC song. So, guys, welcome to the Valleycast. Last week,
Elliot did.
Elliot took care of the episode on his own, and he's been known to do that from time to time. And I swear to you, I've never listened to it or seen it every time he does it.
Right.
And this is no exception. I have not watched the episode he did, but I've heard good things. People have said good things.
It's bonkers, dude. But he was also high on many substances.
He was
at
on
this
ketamine.
event. That's right.
He was in time being cooked by a pack of hummingbirds.
He was using the like this part of his glasses to get ketamine in his nose
Okay.
Wait a minute, somebody sounds like a pro.
during the episode. You didn't see that? I'm just telling you what I saw.
Somebody sounds
Um,
like he knows the references.
But I'll tell you, my mom texted me and said, Elliot was so funny and interesting on the Valleyfolk. I think everyone should see a medium for dead people.
Uh-oh.
What? Is that, did he talk about that at all?
Well, that's what he went to. I forget the lady's name. What's the lady's name?
She said that she listens to her sometimes and finds her interesting. And says has friends that have gone to see her and they feel better after.
I mean, I think it's a spiritual journey you go on a bit. It's kind of like doing ayahuasca. The Long Island medium. That's what it is.
That's what
Does
it
she
is.
give you Long Island iced tea while you're doing it?
Yeah, no wonder you
Yes.
feel better when you leave.
No,
It's all
here, have
bullshit.
another one. Long Island iced tea is the one that fucks you up real bad if you have too many of them.
Yeah,
I guess
because
they're all that way, huh?
Well, because a Long Island iced tea is literally like, here's everything.
Is that what it is? I don't think I've
doesn't-
ever had one.
It doesn't taste horrible, and then like after 2 or 3, you're like, oh no.
Well, because
no.
it could have it's deceptively strong because it has like a sweetness to it, right?
Yep.
Oh.
And whenever an alcohol has a sweetness, you're like, oh, I can
go-
get a couple more of these.
I love it so much.
My
My dad also texted me after Elliot's one man show and said, what the hell's going on? He made some kind of comment that like you guys are like you pissed him off and then you're not friends anymore. And I was like, Dad, what are you talking about? He's like, the Valley Cast. And I go, was Elliot being sarcastic?
Because he's been known to throw sarcasm into his humor.
Did Elliot say something like they're not showing up today because he did the podcast by himself?
I mean, yeah, he always gives it
throws in a little something,
and he goes, "Oh, okay." Well, I listened to it.
Wait, I thought you were joking. Yeah,
No.
he actually got pissed.
Yeah, no. He called.
Let's
me up
listen
very
to the.
concerned.
Let's
Very.
listen.
Just listen to the ending.
Elliot's
That's when he says it.
Well, let's listen to Elliot's whole episode.
The whole episode. That's actually a good idea.
And we'll do a little commentary while we.
Nobody's doing that. Finally, we found a new thing. For podcast guys.
What's the gimmick?
This week, last week, or last week, this week
last
is what.
Yeah.
Last week, this week, and it's all. And there's someone missing from every episode or something.
It just goes deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those mirrors, like where you're looking in a mirror for infinite.
We could
Guys,
we could have guests that like only listen to the previous episode, and that's it.
You guys should try doing that on Dynamic Banter for a month and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be an insane experiment.
I watched Saltburn last night.
You know, okay, can I say I have not seen it yet, but someone close to me saw it and said, and I don't want to name I don't want to drop names.
We didn't ask you to, so please do not.
But they went into the movie with the conception, with the idea that this was going to be like an artsy kind of A24 thing. But it's really not. It's like a mainstream. It's like more of a mainstream movie.
Interesting. I would consider it a very artsy A24 swing.
You think so? Like this
Maybe
person
it
was
hit
saying,
both.
moms enjoy it. Like moms can watch it and not feel
I've
like.
heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
Interesting. So okay. Well, I'm not going to talk about it at all in any way, shape, or form. So other guys, I did something last night, and now let's move on. I'll wait till you guys see it. I'll wait till you see it.
You have no opinion to give? You don't have? Okay.
I do have opinions, but I went in pretty unaware of what it was about at all.
I don't know anything about it also.
Yeah, other than like people are all talking about it and you have to watch it because of like it's just part of the social zeitgeist now. Like the dude like because of this movie turned around and hosted SNL last night. Like,
Yeah.
So
I love that guy though. Barry
that Cal Coogan guy. Yeah.
Coogan.
But this
he is
isn't
a
your first
monster.
time you've seen him, right? You've seen him in many things.
apparently he's on Euphoria, and I haven't watched.
Yeah,
Euphoria.
he's been in a bunch.
He's been in a lot of A24 movies. Actually, he was in.
He
The
is
Green
like
Knight.
he is a
was in.
gangly, good-looking monster. Like he is. So
Well, and he's an
tall
incredible actor.
I think we're
too.
talking about two different people right now. I think Joe is talking about Jacob Eldori or whatever, who
Yes,
was
that's
in
who
Euphoria.
I'm talking about.
But me and Steve are talking about Barry Coogan, who's the other guy, like
He's
the
the short
Scottish.
guy.
Yeah, the shorter guy.
who looks like
Barry-
a monster in a different way.
Is that how you pronounce his last name?
I don't know
Coogan?
exactly.
No, he's really
Coogan.
good.
Keegan,
That
Michael
guy I
Coogan,
love.
Coogan, Michael. Keegan.
They're both great performances. Good actors.
That's the guy I'm talking about, though. That
Yes,
guy,
He
you've
did,
seen that guy.
The Joker.
He's
He
the
did- he was the
jokester.
Joker.
Yep, definitely seen him.
He
The
plays the
jokester.
jokester in Matt Reeves' Batman's. He's a jokester, and he's in that movie, The Killing of a Sacred Deer,
I didn't know that.
which is a really good Yorgos Lanthimos movie, and he there's a scene where he eats.
Okay, you don't know. People don't just get to walk around acting like they actually know how to pronounce that guy's name. Knock it off. You need to say that with less confidence. Try again. Go.
It's directed by that guy Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah, heard of him.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go on. Move on.
But Joe or Kevin or Elliot.
R.I.P.
Have you guys? Because I talked to Elliot already about this, but he saw Poor Things. But you guys haven't seen
I
Poor
haven't
Things.
seen it yet. I need to see it. Yeah, I'm so excited.
No, Steve.
Please see this in the theater
I
before
know.
she goes bye-byes.
You think it's a theater-worthy flick?
I do, because I think
Yeah.
that people should see this kind of cinema. in the movie theater because it's like a little disorienting and strange. And when you're at home, you can pause it or go on your
Yeah.
phone or whatever. And I think in the movie theater, it kind of forces you to like really live in that world. And I think it's meant to be lived in like that.
Okay.
That and Godzilla are my two that I still need to see in theaters before.
Well,
they're done.
Godzilla is they're putting out another version of it. Did you know about this? Did you
What,
hear
black
about
and white?
this?
What?
Yeah, it's called
Black and white?
Godzilla because the movie's called Godzilla -1, right?
Yeah.
And so the color one is called Godzilla -1 minus color.
That's so funny.
It's crazy. I'm like, all right, hell yeah, dog, I'm in.
Did you guys know why? Did we talk about this? Why it's called -1?
I don't
It's
remember
not
why it's called
explained in the
-1.
movie.
It's not explained in the
Is it
movie.
because of the war? They're like -1 in the
Well,
war.
it is because of the war. It's attached to that. So they say that after World War II, after the bombs dropped, and then etc., Japan was at its lowest it could ever be, and they could never go any lower. And then Godzilla shows up. So the -1 is Godzilla taking them below
Even
into
more. Into the negative.
below
That's
what
cool.
the lowest of the low, the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
like that.
it's such an interesting concept because it really is like an entire nation down, down on their luck, and then all of a sudden here comes a big lizard. You know what I mean?
Just a big old lizard.
It is crazy. That's crazy that happened to those guys.
Yeah, history's weird and wild, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't believe that big giant lizard attacked Japan after
Dude,
the war.
imagine you're just in this school. It's not well funded, so the teachers just get to do whatever they want. And there's really no checks and balances on the educational system here. People are just like, God, we're just glad somebody's showing up in this economy and teaching our kids. But your history teacher is so lazy that all he does is show movies, but the movies he shows are like faux historical
Yeah.
movies, but he gives zero context and he just treats them like a lesson, and then he puts in fucking Godzilla -1.
Like
He's
Inglorious Bastards.
Here's your lesson for today. Boom,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And then
Wait
those
a minute.
kids grow up and then go out into the world thinking that all of those are real.
Is there going to be a test on this? Yes.
Just no.
No, there isn't.
No.
But he does show that class was good because he was showing these movies in historical chronological order.
Right.
Because first he showed Apocalypto,
Which is where, the world began.
2001 Space Odyssey. He shows the first 5 minutes of 2001
No,
Space
he starts
Odyssey.
with Passion of the Christ, or something like that.
What
What is
movie
it?
has like the adaptation? Adaptation, like for some reason, you've seen Adaptation, right?
Is that the with Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
And I
The
don't remember
writer.
a thing about it. If I
Oh,
did watch
really?
it. Yeah.
It's really good because it's like Charlie Kaufman writing
That's yeah.
a movie while the movie's happening, and it's like
Yeah.
and it's Nicolas Cage playing two Nicolas Cages, twin brothers,
Mhm.
which is real strange. But at one point he is starting the script and says we open on the emptiness of space, and then the earth is formed, and then we watch. So it's like he kind of goes through the history of humanity. So you
So
could
start with
show
that.
that part a little bit, and then you could
Oh.
cut to Apocalypto.
Well, what I like is that every once in a while there's a recap day where it's like, okay, kids, we're going to go back 20 years. So in 1985, he shows Back to the Future as a historical moment to go back and study the 60s as a recap.
Yeah. There's a movie from 1955, and then after that he shows Back to the Future. He's like, oh, we go back to that.
And
Where
then
can
he's
we
like,
fit Rise of the Planet of the Apes in here?
That
Where
would
can
be
we fit
interesting.
that in?
Hold that thought, because
Okay, hold on.
it would be interesting to try to do that. To have a chronological timeline of Earth movie festival or something.
it's a 48-hour film festival.
Yeah.
Where you go from beginning
It goes
to
from the
end
birth and death of the universe
as much as possible.
as
Totally
much as you
doable.
possibly can.
And actually a 48-hour film festival isn't fair. Let's say you do it over a week.
You need
Right.
a
Let's
week.
make it a little
Do it over a
easier.
week. This could be a fun. In the comments, somebody else do it.
Yeah, like what do we
Let's ask
start? Because
ChatGPT.
so Rise of the Planet of the Apes would be in the like 2000s or something.
No, because doesn't he go to space, right?
Well, not
I'm talking
in
about
the
the-
new ones. You're talking about
So
the
you're thinking
original
new
ones?
But if we're going the new ones, then
If you're
yeah, it
talking
would
about
have
the
to be-
original ones, then yeah, it would be like
A future.
1960 something or 1970 or something
Yeah.
like that. This is
What if we
inter- I-
combined that one with the new ones? Like we start with that one and then we finish on the ones where the monkeys already have Earth.
So you watch you have all the Planet of the Apes movies like
That takes
sorry-
up like half our week, though. That
That's
doesn't
what I'm
count.
saying. It's just apes.
Wait, another
Those-
recap movie would be Time Bandits.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
good. Yeah. Last week on Earth.
There's a little review of what we've learned, and then you pop in Time Bandits.
And then you'd have like cuz I wonder if
Oh,
Star
Bill and
Wars
Ted's Excellent Adventure.
could you put oh yeah, like you just put a bunch of time travel shit in between.
You
Yeah.
could do Monty Python and the Holy Grail like as a long time ago one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a
Well,
good-
yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
Medieval.
Like, even because Star
Medieval.
Wars was a long time ago in a galaxy far,
Ooh,
far
you
away.
Start with Star Wars.
You could start with Star
or
Wars,
like it's the
yeah.
second one. Yeah.
Or you do another film festival like the following year that is alternate dimension Earth movies.
So eventually we just play every single movie that's
Every
ever been
movie. That first film festival has like Lawrence of Arabia and like
Yeah.
Casablanca and like eventually Rain Man and shit.
You just hit me with I have Star Wars ignorance, and it runs deep.
Okay.
When it goes into the deep, deep lore of Star Wars, all of it happened in a galaxy a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
What happened? Like, are we like, did the universal galaxy crumble, and did like they have like a reset, like an anti-renaissance in the universe, and then like we're all that's left? Like, how do they, what, or are we existing in the future of the world of Star Wars, but we're just a dumb planet that doesn't realize that the rest of the world is Star Warsing, or the rest of the universe is still Star Warsing?
I think that's what it is.
Or because like the original idea for Star Wars, like way back, that predates like 1977's A New Hope, was that like George Lucas was creating this thing called the Story of the Wills, like WHILLS, the Wills, something like that. And it was supposed to be that like the entire saga of Star Wars was being retold to a new generation as like a historical record of what happened in this like galaxy.
Okay.
So the running theory from like hardcore fans is that Star Wars is being told by R2D2 because R2D2 was there the whole time and like was there
Right.
from the very beginning. So they're saying that like so when they say it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, it was like we're just being told something that happened like a really long time ago.
Right.
Like including the like newer ones with like Rey and Kylo Ren and all those guys is
It's just
still
saying
like
what
a
happened.
really long time ago.
Right. But if it was real, right, which it is, I know it's real, guys. Jeez.
It's real, yeah.
Um,
Star Wars is real.
How far are we removed from it as a participating audience living in a universe that is not a long, long time ago, but is a right now ago?
Well, they in the most recent show, the Ahsoka show, they like, and I guess they kind of did this in one of the cartoons too, is they went to like another galaxy and they went outside of the Star Wars galaxy into like another galaxy, like the one that we like have known from the Star Wars world. And so, and it was the first time, as far as we know, that they've traveled outside of like the known galaxy in Star Wars.
Yeah,
so
I think
my
there's
idea,
the Star Wars galaxy, right?
Yeah,
And then we
yeah.
exist in the Milky Way.
yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in the Milky Way.
As soon as you
yeah.
started saying that, I realized that my question wasn't as deep as I thought. They're like a galaxy's so fucking big.
They're
Like
huge.
that's a Star Wars just in that specific galaxy. There's a Star Wars happening in a different galaxy.
Yep.
There's a bling blong happening in another galaxy, and then we're all
That's
being
cool, Steve. I didn't know that they did that. Did you watch
Yeah.
Ahsoka?
Yeah, I did watch Ahsoka. I thought it was pretty cool. They did some
Okay.
cool stuff in it. It was pretty boring initially, a little slow, and if you didn't watch the fucking 78 episodes of that fucking cartoon show, like you're a little lost, I think.
Okay.
Because I didn't watch those fucking cartoons.
You're talking about Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, and like, but
Okay.
like, you had to just watch more than that. You had to watch
Rebels
Clone Wars and
shit.
Rebels and like too many
Bad Batch.
cartoons. Yeah, I can't do it. I had too many cartoons, and so I didn't watch it. And I still enjoyed Ahsoka because there's like really cool characters, and I thought it was pretty well done.
you know
But there was a theory that was really awesome that I loved so fucking much.
Oh,
That
yes, dude.
when they went to like, because they were building up to them going to like another galaxy, and it was like a build up in the whole season, and you're like, man, where are they gonna go? What's it gonna look like? What are they gonna do? And one of the biggest most ridiculous theories was they were gonna go leave the Star Wars galaxy and enter like our like universe.
there it is.
Or
And,
they enter our universe and find Iron Man and the
yeah,
Hulk,
exactly, and then
it's
they
a
can
Marvel
like connect.
crossover.
They like go to they go to like
oh my god, Disney would do that.
yeah,
Right.
and there was like a theory that we would get like an offshoot of like some kind of like crazy real life galaxy.
Star Wars Jedi Lost in New York.
And then there was another theory that which still could happen, and I think is really cool, where they go to the new galaxy and then you're like, all right, fine, it's not like Earth or whatever, that's fine. And then they're like, they got to find their way back, right? They got to get back to their original galaxy. So when they come back to their original galaxy, which has not happened yet, they are now in the sequel trilogy timeline. Like they went back, like the
Oh.
time went way fast
Oh,
when they like
yeah.
left the galaxy, and it catches up with like Rey and like Kylo Ren characters
fun.
and stuff. And then that way you can like reboot like everything, and then you could have those characters show up in the
It's just a Star Wars character like slapping people on the wrist, going, "No, it's not how this story." No,
yeah, no, don't throw the lightsaber. Like yeah, it's just like a new character stopping all the bad stuff that happened in the old
slap
movie.
Kylo Ren before he stabs Harrison. No,
and Walking on Sunshine is playing as
The
a
whole
montage while they're doing it. Well, looks like we got some fixing to do.
Dude, I'm telling you. AI,
7 hours later.
we're gonna be able to make that shit in AI.
I
soon.
know,
We'll be able
Kevin,
to say
it's
those
so
words, and we can do
crazy.
it.
Yeah, it's like type in like it's Ahsoka series connects into the sequel Star Wars trilogy, where the Ahsoka characters meet the sequel trilogy characters and correct the mistakes of the sequel trilogy. Enter.
Right. Go.
And then it makes you like a 2-hour movie that you can
Yeah.
watch with your friends
Yeah.
and shit. Oh god. The
I don't
future is
know.
so
I don't
bonkers.
know.
The future is so bonkers.
The new thing I saw is you take an image and you draw a brush over, like let's say it's a picture of a bird, and you brush over the bird, and then the AI makes now the bird like move and fly around in the image,
Jesus.
and it looks so real. That's the
Yeah.
new
like that
thing,
deer,
and
like that deer, like the eagle carrying the
yeah,
deer.
if you just like drew on that, it would like then animate it and fly it away, and it would look real.
Wild, man.
Bonkers.
I mean, look, we've lived in a world where people have access to like creativity, tools of creativity, and like there was a time when the iPhone did video and it looked good, that they were like, well, now you can make a movie on your iPhone. You can even do the visual effects and the credits, and they've done it, and they have been doing it for quite a while. It's just like, who has the time to like put all the effort into like making like an actual.
Well, that's the thing, is that it's not effort now. It's just like everybody's got the ideas, and if you have something that'll shit out your idea, people just nonstop be doing it. Like
Yeah,
once it gets to that level, it's interesting though, because for me, and I know I don't know if I'm definitely not speaking universally, but we've talked this before when it comes to AI, how I think at the end of the day, people will want to know, and they'll still connect to human made things. They'll go, "Oh, this was something that
I
actually came
agree
from
with
a
that.
human," and I
Yeah,
connect to that more. But things are going to be so abundant and ubiquitous that it'll be hard to tell. But nonetheless, um, I still think knowing that your fellow man made it will reign supreme. But for me, when I see AI generated things and I know them, it automatically only keeps my interest for very little. Like one
Right.
came out this week that was it was like somebody put dinosaurs in every single role of
Oh,
Jurassic Park,
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
and it looked great. So it's like all the humans were dinosaurs dressed as the
The
human
characters.
characters, and it was
yeah.
really cool looking. But it was like a fun, like sideshow anomaly to me. I was
It
like,
almost
okay,
felt
this
just
is
like
cool.
another internet meme. Like a meme
Exactly.
that you see
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, that's funny or cool, and then you move on.
And then I
Well,
moved
'cause
on, and that's
yeah,
kind of how my brain is working with AI generated things right now. Like I automatically disassociate connection with it.
isn't it interesting that there's gonna be like a, this movie was made with like almost zero CGI, or like this show was made with like all practical effects, and now they're gonna be like, and this one has no AI in it. Like
Yeah,
this movie contains almost no AI.
and that's
It's like,
AI
oh,
just
I would
tricking you.
prefer to watch that. But it's like the thing is like, the AI that's like video, like you've seen AI video, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not there
It's
yet.
not there yet.
It like
Give it a week though. It's happening
yeah,
so
but
fast.
it's been like a few months, and like AI video is like, I know it'll be a blip and AI video will look a lot better, but I think that there's going to be something that's like the uncanny valley that will like affect our brains. Like you said, like people will gravitate towards things made by humans, like organically made, created stuff will always be like praised as better art than like whatever AI can spit out. But like, I think that we'll also not, we'll, like you said, we'll be able to tell when something is like AI animated or something, or like
That's how we
AI
can.
video. Well, even now, like CG is like, it's getting pretty fucking good, man. Like even like we were talking about the Planet of the Apes movies, like those new Planet of the Apes movies have like all like CG mocap monkeys, and
Right.
they look incredible. You guys have seen these?
Yeah. It's
They
awesome.
look real. It's like you're watching, and after a while your brain's like, I'm just watching real monkeys now.
Yeah.
So it's like, but there's still a lot of things that are like obviously CG, and I think that like that's a good reference point for how good will AI look in the future, because we've been doing CG shit for like fucking decades now, and it's still kind of easy to tell
With the
that it's
limitation of the human brain, though. That's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
I would be curious to see, but I still think that like, AI has trouble with a lot of stuff still when it like animates
does.
it. It looks like dreams rather than
But-
like of something someone made.
That's a
But
good
my
way to describe it.
grandchildren, it'll be another fucking story.
Yeah.
And we're also like, we're talking as three slightly older gents. Kevin not as old, but still older in the conversation that we're having. Like the youngins, like Gen Alpha and whatever is after that one, like I don't think that they will. I don't know if their brains will be as like unaccepting of it as ours are inherently.
agree.
Like they'll just be like, this is part of life and it's weird. Why are you boomers fucking whatever? It's fine. It's just AI.
That's exactly what's happening.
Right?
Yep.
And we'll be like, but it's AI, and they'll be like, yeah, it makes
It'll
my
be
toes
like, yeah, I
tingle.
watched this when I was a kid and
Yeah.
it made me happy. And now I'm like, I have nostalgia for it.
Yeah. So
I
And
mean,
now I'm married
yeah.
to a robot.
Hopefully I'll be dead by then.
you will be.
But
Spoilers.
I want don't worry. Sharpening his knives. But I do love the idea of like, because I in my personal time with my friends, I really love to like watch weird shit together, whether it's like in VR or in real life or something. It's like one of the things I really love. And every once in a while we'll find a thing where it's like, oh man, this group like edited together like all this shit into like a steampunk version of like, Wild Wild West, where like everything is all like edited weird. Like, you guys want to watch that? And it's like, fuck yeah, let's see that weird shit. Like, we're at a point now where it's like, let's take old things and like fuck with it.
Yeah.
So like in the future, if you will be able to be like type into a movie generator like Beetlejuice, but halfway through it's like a superhero origin movie, and then it like has like a end of world scenario that Beetlejuice has to like save the world, and then you hit play and then you just watch that movie with your friends. Like, that's, even if it's like not great, that still sounds like a good time.
I agree.
Like, sit with
My
a bunch of
wonder,
friends and
though,
watch some
going-
like bonkers brain vomit movie.
After what Joe was saying though about like how much it sticks with you. Remember when Dolly Mini came out and we had like about 2-ish months of where we would just literally do that? We would like sit around with our friends and come up with funny prompts to see
The
what it
Pope
would
at
make.
Arby's. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was so much fun. But now nobody gives a shit about that anymore. It's not cool. Nobody has fun with that anymore. Will that be a similar situation where it's like you don't care anymore because you had your fun for 2 months with doing that, and now we've moved on to the next thing?
I mean, I guess it just depends on how good it is, right? Because
Yeah.
like if it's like incredible, because like those early Mid-Journey things were like kind of weird. You couldn't see facial features and the
Right.
hands are all weird and shit. And so that only goes so far. Like, it's kind of funny for a minute. And now it's like, well, now you can do anything. Well, we could do anything before. It just like took a little longer to do it. So
Well,
that's what makes it like a little not interesting. But as soon as it looks like a movie, as soon as it looks like a Marvel movie or like a fucking David Fincher movie or whatever, and it looks good, that's when things will be like out of control.
Well, and we're just talking about it from like an art point of view, right?
For sure.
Storytelling point of view. What is going to behoove the swift takeover of AI and the people that want to use it is that our short attention spans are already making it so we're not like really like keeping our finger on the pulse anymore. The art is one thing just because it's so in front of us and it's like so connected. Anybody can do art, everybody takes in art, but it's the things outside of art that's probably more terrifying that AI can automate, take over,
Yeah.
and be used in nefarious, hopefully good ways. But it's like everything from politics to economics to all that stuff where it's actually kind of frightening if you think about the applications. We don't care anymore because our short attention spans have moved on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're just talking about the art version of it, but it's like it's being used in other ways, like real bad. But
I
we
like
haven't been
that-
thinking about it.
For sure. I just I had stopped using AI stuff for like a minute after doing all the Mid-Journey stuff, and then I kind of didn't jump into the Chat GPT stuff where like, help me write this cover letter, or like things that a lot of people are using Chat GPT for now. But very recently we like dipped into Chat GPT specifically to kind of like ask it stuff, I guess. And I hadn't used it in a minute. So it was interesting to see like how much it has evolved even now. But one thing that I found that was actually kind of encouraging and made me feel not so scared about it for the future was that we asked it something that was like, we weren't sure about. And then it told us the truth. And then it said, be careful with like information, like misinformation. It had like a whole end part where it was like, be careful with spreading misinformation. It could be dangerous. It's not good. And especially when it's things that are like a little bit more serious, like political issues and things like that. And I found that encouraging because it was like, even though this is a robot that's like searching the internet for this answer or searching like some databases for these answers, it was still pretty clear about like spreading misinformation and like being like truthful about it. And I thought that was good.
It is good. I'm hoping that people will take note of that, though, and continue that practice through other AI things. Because
Right.
ChatGPT is not the only thing out there.
It's kind of like that thing that, like, even though Twitter sucks now, whatever the fuck it is, but they have that thing that, like, tells you if it's like fake or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it. You know, lately it has this thing that says like, you know, there'll be this like crazy headline that's like, oh shit, like super clickbaity, like whoa, and then under it it'll be like correction, like this is based on a quote in the story that was taken out of context, and here's the context. And I was like, okay, well that's good. That's a good thing at the very least.
But even that can be weaponized as disinformation by people.
Sure.
Like, I don't trust anything on that platform.
Yeah, like
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
like,
who's in control of that?
Something about Musk. Musk doesn't like it. He puts that warning underneath. Like, I don't fucking trust that.
And we've already seen that. We've seen that for sure.
No way,
but when there's things that are like pretty obvious and don't seem nefarious,
yeah, agreed.
I appreciate it.
Agreed. Guys, we just got so deep about so many things.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What were we talking about before? Oh,
what are we, Elliot?
Oh my god! You know what movie I watched recently, and it might be like the best acting I've seen in a super long time across all fronts. Is Anatomy
new or
of a
old?
Fall.
Oh, Anatomy of a Fall?
Yeah.
Ooh, I've never heard of it.
Seen it, right?
I've never heard of it.
Heard of it?
Never heard of it. What is it?
It's a French film. Half of it's in French, the other is in English. But it's about essentially a woman, a wife of a husband who dies, and you're not really sure how he dies. He fell supposedly off of like their roof, and it's pretty much the story of her being accused of murdering him and her having to like defend her innocence and stuff. But the acting is insane. They will
Who's in
leave
it?
I don't names.
It's like
I don't know.
unknowns.
It's all
It's
French
just good acting.
people.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
but,
I like that.
They will stay on a shot of just one actor for like 3 minutes, and you are just like sucked into watching them.
I love
It's
that.
So
I like
good.
when that
Stage
happens.
play, baby.
Yeah,
It's like
it
when
was
you
so
watch
good.
Joaquin Phoenix acting.
Oh my god.
He has it in his contracts that you cannot cut away from him. Once you're on him, you have to stay on Joaquin for 3 minutes.
Joaquin.
Speaking
And,
of
you know,
Joaquin,
Joaquin. Did you guys hear that Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Joaquin in the second one?
The Joaquin.
He's playing the Joaquster. I saw.
It's also pronounced Joaquin Pohenix.
Pohenix. Joaquin Pohenix. It sounds like a Star Wars character.
Oh, Joaquin.
Joaquin Pohenix. Pohenix! That was a good one, Kevin. You
I love
recommend
it.
that?
I highly recommend it.
Sounds like a snooze fest.
I mean,
Is there any boobs in it? Just kidding.
no, but I know what you're.
Not looking
because I
for a
was kind of the
snooze
same.
fest, Kevin. Looking for a boob fest. So if you don't have something like that, I want to hear about it. What about Meatballs 17?
I watched Joaquin Phoenix in the Napoleon movie.
Oh shoot me!
Did you watch that Napoleon movie? That Ridley
No, I
Scott
heard it wasn't
Napoleon?
great.
Joe?
Wait, hold up. Pin in Napoleon. Kevin, finish your thought on the movie. We good? What's going on? The acting.
No, I just highly recommend it. I spoke my piece about it. I don't want to say much because there's a lot of twists and turns, but overall, it's a very good movie.
It's
Definitely
so
watch
it's like they make dialogue so good that you're down, because it sounds like kind of a courtroom drama-ish, like.
Yeah, that's why like it sounds like it'd be a snooze fest, but it is not even close to it. And then,
I don't even
my
care.
God,
I don't care if
there's
it's
a scene
I don't care how
that
slow
might
it is.
be the
I want
craziest
to see it.
scene involving a dog in the world. You
What the fuck?
are blown away.
Does
by it.
sound like
What
a
is
boob
this movie?
fest. Here we go.
Dude.
Maybe like 6 boobs.
Ooh.
Like it was one of the
Is
craziest.
it a girl dog?
All
I don't know. Like, what is this movie? There's like a cool dog scene in it. What is this? I'll see it.
You mean the
I'll
dog's
watch-
acting is impressive? Is that where you're going?
Don't mess with. Don't say any more.
And I
say
know
no
that
more,
sounds
fam.
insane, but you will know what I'm saying once you see
I
it.
don't want to know anymore. I want to go in blind. Same with Saltburn. I haven't seen that one yet. I want to go in blind on that one.
You gave Napoleon a shot. You gave it a shot.
Speaking. Oh yeah. Well, it was fine.
That's what
Joaquin Phoenix is like not doing a French accent. He's just like doing Joaquin Phoenix.
He's
So
just
it's
doing
like
like
it's
a
kind of
thick New York.
distracting. Hey, I'm Napoleon. Let's go. Hey, when are we going to Waterloo? Can you imagine? It is. It's like, but it is just him. It's like Joaquin Phoenix is just like placed into a Napoleon movie, and they gave him the costume, and they're like, go. And they didn't give him time to like come up with like character choices or anything. He's just Joaquin Phoenix, and he's like a great actor. And speaking of good acting, like there's good acting in the movie, but it just didn't. It's not. It's not like.
Did it have the scale and the grandeur of a Ridley Scott movie?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, if you told me that was Ridley Scott and I didn't know, it would have blown my mind.
Damn.
Huh.
There's just no Ridley Scott feeling in that movie at all. But if you want to talk about good fucking acting and good piece of art and good,
Are you pointing at Cherry? You're pointing at Cherry.
True Detective, True Detective is back. True Detective
good.
is, but I loved the first season of True Detective. Did you guys see that first season?
I haven't watched a frame of True Detective.
Dude, okay, so
man.
neither had my girlfriend, and I was like, okay, so I do want to watch the new season, obviously, but let me take you to True Detective season 1 so you can see like what we're doing here.
Who are
what
the
we're dealing
detectives
with.
in season 1 again?
It's Woody
Matthew
Harrelson and
McConaughey.
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey. Yeah.
And it is like, and it honestly, I think it was like the first time like huge A-list actors did like a TV show, like a mini
It was
series.
Netflix, wasn't it? I think it was.
No, it was HBO.
Oh, it was?
I think it is, Joe. I think.
we got like House of Cards before that. Like there's
Yeah,
That
but
was
it's
around the
happened
same time.
before. It
Was
happened
that-
before.
was that the same time? I don't know, man. I think it was because I had never seen like.
But
such
those are like two of them coming together. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like huge
meteoric,
heavy hitter.
massive, like galaxies of their own with their
Yeah,
huge
like guys that
gravity.
you'd never thought would do a TV show, like ever. And then here you have them doing a TV show. And so it like elevates the show to like a level of like cinema because these are like amazing A-list actors. And fucking McConaughey is just like incredible in this show. Maybe, I know this is kind of a hot take, but this might be my favorite character Matthew McConaughey has ever played.
No,
And-
that's
and he
probably
play-
a good take.
Right? Like maybe
Yeah.
a lot of people agree with that. He's just an incredible character.
Yeah.
And you just want to see him when he's not on screen. And that's like the mark of like a really well written character. And his arc is incredible. Like it's just the payoff is insurmountable. It's like
Okay.
such a
I'm
good
gonna do
fucking
it.
show.
So
Please
it's
season
do
dark,
one,
though.
Those
It's
two.
dark.
It's dark. It is dark. So watch
Season-
alone,
Prepared.
maybe.
Season
Yeah.
2 is who are
Season
the
2 is Vince Vaughn.
It's not
Is it
good.
and who?
I don't know who the second.
I
I don't know if
finish
there's.
it.
I'm not gonna watch that. I'm gonna skip it every time because it was
Really?
it's also universally panned as the worst season of that show, and it was like it made people kind of like forget about True Detective.
Oh.
So much so
Colin
that
Farrell? And
I didn't
Vince
even
Vaughn?
know there was a third season. There was a third season.
Wait,
Yeah,
Colin Farrell sucked in it?
Is Colin Farrell in the Vince Vaughn season?
Yes. Colin
Nah, I
Farrell,
never got to
Vince
him.
Vaughn, Taylor Kitsch, and Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, I heard very bad things, and I watched like maybe like 2 or 3 episodes, and was like,
That's
I
how
don't
I
even know what
was.
the fuck's going on
That's
here.
how I was. Yeah.
It's,
Three
like,
is
confusing.
Stephen Dorff and Marshala Ali.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. So and then 4 is
Jodie.
Jodie Foster, and I'm not sure who the other
Jodie Foster,
supporting.
Callie Reese, Fiona Shaw, Finn Bennett.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to watch season 3 before I get to season 4 because I watched season 1 with my girlfriend and she fucking loved it. So I'm like diving into True Detective again.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is the first time I had rewatched season 1 of True Detective, and it fucking holds up.
Dude, one they do a oneer that's like a 12-minute take. That's like
dude,
an
and it's
action
incredible.
Scene. It's so fucking cool.
It's so well done.
So cool.
Man.
Very good show. Please watch it, Joe. Watch it as soon as you can.
I think I will.
God damn it, Joe.
I'll do it.
Joe, just quit screwing around.
I'll do it.
Anything else that we've been watching that you watched? Last night I watched Eric Andre's comedy special. He put a comedy special out. A 30-minute comedy special.
Oh, really?
On HBO.
Stand up?
It's like it's like the Eric Andre show, but live.
And did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I love everything Eric Andre does.
You love that man.
That man can do no wrong. I highly recommend it. It's gross, but it's only 30 minutes, so it's a short watch.
30 minutes of gross. I started Society of the Snow.
What's that?
What the hell, boys?
I never heard of this shit, man.
This thing's gonna go to the top of the charts.
You gotta slow down. I'm an old man. There's too much shit to watch.
It's just about a plane crash.
I just watched Soldiers of the Pirate Moon, and I thought that was pretty good. I just watched Sandcastles.
Wait, did you? Okay, so I remember what Society of the Snow is now. Did you watch Alive first, Kevin?
What? Oh, no, I have not. Should I?
Oh, yeah. Alive is the first go at this story, and it's got an amazing moment. It's a really, really good movie. Ethan Hawke's in it, one of his early ones.
How old is this movie? Alive.
Early 90s.
Did you guys ever seen McMuffin's milk machine?
That sounds like one of those 70s, like, wacky, like, crazy,
Yeah.
fever dream
Kids
animated.
movie.
Yeah.
What is this? What is Snow Patrol? Tell us about it.
No.
Wait, what is it?
It's about a plane crash that happens in the Andes.
Oh,
and they
I
have
heard
to
about
survive.
this. It's the based on, like, that movie Alive.
Where were you 5 seconds ago, Steve?
I was thinking about McMuffin's Milk Factory.
So have you seen Alive?
Yeah, I've seen Alive, and it's so funny because, like, they keep making stuff based off of that one book. That, like, there's like a few things based off of that. It's like a soccer team
Yeah.
that crashes in the Andes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the one you watched, right?
Yes.
Society
Well,
of the
I
Snow,
haven't
yeah.
finished it. I'm starting.
But it is a soccer team, right?
It's a rugby team, yeah.
Rugby. Okay, my bad.
True story.
It is a true story, and I guess they eat each other
Mm.
Did you
in a
just
very
spoil that for
erotic.
Kevin?
I'm
Did
not,
you
I'm
just
not at that
spoil it?
part yet.
You
I'm
just
not at that
spoil it?
part,
Oh,
dude.
come on! You know that
I
about
read
this.
I read the whole story before I watched it.
Yeah, this is a historically accurate thing.
Why did they all eat the dicks first? That was weird.
Because it was hot. It was erotic. It was erotic. You know, the only way to survive in the snow is to get erotic.
Get erotic. Imagine, you know how there's a porn parody of everything? Society of the Blow.
Yes. Yes.
How distasteful would that be?
Guys, wait, what if that hell? What if scientists discover that suddenly being erotic can help you survive in the harsh
Like
conditions?
getting horny.
Yeah,
makes
like
you
getting
survive
horny,
longer.
getting horny and being horny and doing horny things. Help you, like, is it the
Helps
chance
you
of survival is
survive.
like the chance of survival goes up so much.
If you can just get horny.
And you're just like with 3 guys out in the snow.
Don't worry,
You're like,
guys. Don't worry. I packed my emergency kit. We've
Okay,
got
what
a
do you got?
flashlight. We've got hand warmers. We've got butt plugs.
I got lube. I got lube.
This is my 2-in-1 flashlight butt plug.
This is a flashlight that's also a flashlight. Do you think you could find a way to switch into an erotic mindset while you're surviving with some of your boys?
I don't think I would
there.
use the boys to get into it. I think I would
Like,
just
listen,
use my
guys,
imagination.
we need to work together to be erotic right now.
Why do you keep saying be erotic?
It might be a few days before we're found, so it's time to start thinking erotic thoughts.
And then you're just like, Steve, the lodge is like
It's right
10 feet
there.
that way. Why
No,
are
no,
you...
no! Don't go over there! Don't go over there!
Steve, you're doing it again.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
We
not. It's
have
not.
to
This is
survive.
not what this is. That's not what this is.
Come on, man.
We have to stay together. Don't we
Literally
think
by
that's?
the fire.
Let's
We're
be
at-
important here. Let's be important.
We just threw a log on the fire, Steve.
Let's make important decisions and stay alive.
Let's be important.
Let's be important and stay put.
Oh, man.
Saying "let's be important" is very good. Like for any situation.
Guys, come on. Let's be important for a
Let's be
second
important.
here.
Oh, God. Hey, you came out of the log. What are you doing here? I thought you were going to stay out at the fire and sing songs for a while. No, Steve's doing the thing again. Steve's doing it.
We have to stay together. We can't go. You can't. Listen, yes, there might be civilization 20 feet away from us,
20 feet.
but it's safer to stay here and to think erotic
And be erotic.
and be important and be erotic.
That's the title of the podcast. Be important, period.
and be erotic. What's the what do you guys have any interest in the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out?
Yes,
That's
I
a
will
no.
watch it just
Kevin's
because.
out.
I watch it just because I'm actually
Yeah.
kind of impressed by the trailers. Like, I'm not like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that sucks. I liked the first one. It was very Spielbergian.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first Ghostbusters, but the first new Ghostbusters. Afterlife. Like, it was fun. It was just throwaway fun, but I'm excited just to see where they go with it.
It does look like throwaway fun. Afterlife isn't going to go down in history like the original Ghostbusters will. And I have low expectations and high hopes for the new one because it looks like they've really sauced up the cast. Like they've got a nice meaty cast, and there might be some surprises in there that we've yet to know yet.
Interesting take to go like the Frozen route.
I know.
Very odd.
There was a concept that was like tossed around for a potential Ghostbusters sequel that was like Hell on Earth. And it was supposed to be that like hell like opens up and like all these like ghost demons and shit
This
come
is
out.
the end meets Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and so people really thought that was what this was going to be, but what it turns out, it's actually kind of a cooler idea. It's like the people behind this one have said that it's very. I didn't hear what you said.
No need.
It wasn't what he said; it's how he said it. It was
It's
very-
how I said it.
But I've heard that it's supposed to be like a big Ghostbusters cartoon episode.
Oh, interesting.
No, that's fun.
Like it's like that's where they're kind of like taking it.
Isn't that the better place probably to lean into with it?
Yeah,
Tom?
the real Ghostbusters, like
Yeah.
have it be like a real Ghostbusters kind of enemy, and
See,
have it be.
It's a good idea if you got the monies and you got the talent and you got the director. I would be so down with a dark like Ghostbusters anthology series.
Right?
Yeah,
like just
like-
do it.
Like 10 episodes. It's just some crazy Ghostbuster supernatural shit that happens each episode. It's not necessarily narrative.
Yeah, give us a
or-
monster of the week kind
yeah,
of show.
connected like in a narrative way, but yeah, just give us a monster of the week fucking
Ghostbusters show.
45
That's like-
minutes.
And you could have it be regional, Like why can't they do that? Like they're doing it with the fucking Walking Dead. We still have all this fucking shit in the Walking Dead universe. And they keep doing all these spin-offs and shit. It's like, can't we do this with Ghostbusters? There's endless possibilities. You could have regional Ghostbusters, New Zealand Ghostbusters. You can get a New York team. You can get an LA based California Ghostbusters. Come on.
It has to be handled correctly. And the problem is, and we all know that the problem is that the Ghostbusters original movies were great. They were groundbreaking at the time. They were sci-fi and comedy coming together in a perfect mesh of execution.
With a dash of horror.
The problem inherently with Ghostbusters is that we are so connected to the chemistry of that first cast that I think we are inherently always going to be disappointed because it's not them. And when you do see them in a Ghostbusters, you're like, oh no, are they the ghosts?
But there's
They're
good
the ghosts,
casts,
right?
There's good casts and things. There's good casts.
I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a recipe. There's a recipe. Yeah. The recipe is get a good cast, and then you go from there, right?
I would say too, and this is coming from someone who didn't grow up with it, wasn't around when it hit the theaters. Even all my friends, all the people around my age, we never talked about, never heard about Ghostbusters ever. Like, you had to discover it on your own.
There was a
even
void.
the fact that there's like a new Ghostbusters, like I'm just like, okay, Ghostbusters.
There was
like,
a
I know
Ghostbusters
that people
void.
used to like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not the only one. I know that like people around my age too, like, are not thinking about Ghostbusters as highly as you guys are.
Which is why they put like Finn Wolfhard in there.
I think because they're
we gotta
trying to get the younger, crowd.
Because
in there.
if your parents weren't big Ghostbusters fans, then you're not gonna it's not gonna be on your radar.
That's what happened with
probably.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm kind of excited. I mean, I love Paul Rudd, and I'll watch Paul Rudd in
can do
anything.
it.
And Carrie Coon is really great. She was in The Leftovers, and she didn't do much in the first one, but looks like she gets to put on the suit and have a proton pack in this one. And I'm just curious to see what happens. We got Bill Murray is back, and Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson are all in it.
Yep.
And we don't know to what extent their roles are, but I'm excited to see that. The only thing that really kind of disappoints me overall, as far as the marketing goes, and from what I've seen in the marketing, is that, well, you know me, guys. We got those little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man minion guys. They're running around doing mischief, going, and it's like, all right, we gotta have some memoos in these movies these days. Kids can't pay attention unless you got minions in the movie going memu. So I thought that was annoying that it seems like they're back, especially because if we're talking about the story here, those marshmallow guys, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was a manifestation of Gozer.
Mm-hmm.
And if Gozer is now officially dead, then those little marshmallow guys need to be dead too. As far as like the story goes. And if they're just there because they're minions and kids want toys and memoos, then I'm pretty upset about that. I don't like that. It makes me sad and upset.
There are memoos in Anatomy of a Fall.
When things get erotic, these little guys come out. They're like
guilty.
They're like little snow guys.
And that joke is where we'll end the podcast because
God bless it.
I'm turtle poking.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
how
we
we
needed.
guys. This is what we do. The first host to touch cloth announces that, and then we end the show.
Touch cloth is so funny.
We don't
touching
always
cloth.
announce it publicly. We have a thread just for
Or I'm
this.
touching cotton. I gotta get out of here.
I'm tickling cotton.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thanks for listening. Elliot, we missed you. Thank you for the
Good
show
man.
last week, my
That's
friend.
a good guy.
What a good guy. Anything to plug,
anything-
guys? Anything to say or?
Not yet.
Unplug.
Unplug that beehole.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's about to drop it, guys. Bye.